pull up the content. So just be patient with it. It might take a few seconds, 10 to 15 seconds in some cases. And Education Plaza will be right after we log in. So this is typically what you'll see when you go to Engage. You have to log in with your credentials. I've logged in with my personal email address, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. If you don't have a login already created or an account, it'll ask you to create an account. So I'm just clicking the trigger button on the controller. Just a little bit of orientation here. If you're coming in for an event, let's say, for example, if I coordinated a meeting in Engage, I would have created a sort of an events link, an invite. I would have had the information to click through to, and it would have auto-populated the event's ID for you to join the event. You can have them public or private, so just FYI there. And also, the Engagexr license that we've subscribed to allows up to 50 participants in each session. So if you wanted to have a large group, and this is where the hospitality college will be having their courses and modules in the Engage platform within their own setting, but this is where they'd come. But if you don't have the Engagexr license, there is a free license when you subscribe, or when you create an account, and that allows up to 4 people in a session. So you can do these things for free, up to 4 people. So now let's go ahead and click Go Now, which I've done. It'll pull up sort of the map of what's available to access in the Engage platform. We're going to go to Education Plaza. There is Central Plaza, which is where the help desk is. You can walk up to the help desk, ring the bell, and somebody literally, their avatar will be there, and then they actually man or staff their avatar. So it'll be a live person you'll be talking to. So let's go to Education Plaza for the purposes of this. And it will port us over there. Again, transitions, every time we click on something, it's just sort of loading the content. All right, here we are. The last video of University of Miami and the first example of the University of West Virginia. This is the same place we stopped into, and we're going to go right over to the portal, which is over here. You can see it to the right. And again, just to go through a portal, you just walk up to it, and then you turn and orient towards the door, and you just push through it. You just navigate right through it. And again, we'll go through a transition point here where it's going to load the content. And then there'll be different sort of wings we can go into within this environment, West Wing, East Wing. I think we're going to go into the East Wing today for this video, and we'll take a look at a couple of the universities in there. We've got Morehouse College and New Mexico State and some others that are housed in that wing. I'm not sure yet where the MSU Denver Metaversity will be housed. It likely will be the West Wing, since that's the area that they built. But this is the area you land into, land in, the Engagexr area. All of these portals that we're seeing here, and then once we access the East and West Wing, are all meant to be and house university entry points or educational entry points. So I'm going to teleport over, and if I can find it, here we go. So you go to the partner portals, East Wing. I'm just going to push right through it. And here we are. So now we're seeing Morehouse College. I'm going to teleport over so it's quicker. We've got, let's see here. This is KU Nursing School. And we'll pop in there too, just to see the nursing school examples. And here is Alabama A&M. We'll keep on. And by the way, you'll notice that the text sometimes flicker. Or it could be blurred if you're far away. If you approach text, whether you're trying to read it or just get clearer view, just approach it more closely, and you'll be able to kind of make out the text better. It is that simple. I'm going to teleport over. Here is the University of Maryland Global. I want to pop in there too because they have a similar situation as MSU Denver, where we don't have our own campus. Well, the global campus doesn't have a campus, so they were able to be creative in what they produce. So we'll pop in there. But here's New Mexico State. For purposes of this video, I'm going to push through to their Metaversity, take a quick glimpse, and then get out of here, and then pop into a couple of others. It'll be a bit of a long video, but I think it'll be better. That way you can fast forward, rewind to see different examples instead of creating, individual videos. So again, the transition, New Mexico State University campus, and we'll wait for it to paint the content. All right, so it's a larger campus, as we can see. If we kind of turn around, you can see the buildings that they've designed. There's their main monument, if you will, for the university. So I'm going to just quickly teleport around so you can see kind of the details that they've chose to go with and the parts of the university. Also, if you hit your teleport button and it turns red, that means there is a barrier there, meaning that is as far as you can go in the environment. So just turn around and teleport over to another location. And again, very large campus that they're depicting here, with birds chirping and so forth in the background. So anyway, that is this one. And again, we've run into a sort of a barrier there. And the idea for MSU Denver is to also create a backdrop view, potentially of downtown Denver, potentially of the mountains in the background. That may not be on iteration 1, that may be on future iterations, but that's sort of the idea there as well. So let's get out of here. I'm going to go quickly back to the portal. We'll jump in to another Metaversity real quick. So let's go here and push through, and then we'll transition back to the main hall east wing. Okay, let's see here. All right. The hall again for victory, and I'm just going to scooch on over here real quick to get into the east wing. And let's do this. Morehouse is one of the older metaversities that Victory's been working with. They were one of the first, the onset of COVID. They transitioned to obviously online and VR quickly, and they're well ahead. They're offering multiple classes, different courses in the metaverse now. They're the ones that have been reporting out quite a few of their statistics in terms of student achievement and university achievement with the use of VR. So let me go ahead and go now. Morehouse College, here we go. All right. So they have a fairly rich view of their campus. Again, it's one of the most mature metaversities that's around because of the time it's been around. So it's fascinating to kind of go through, and here's where you can actually go in and look at different areas. Here's the Performing Arts Center. So it looks like they may have opened some of that up to the public. I'll try to go in there in a second, but I'm going to scooch down here and see what else in the campus they've produced. Pretty cool. Again, in these environments, in these public environments, we don't have access typically to go in to into the buildings, but if you are a student, faculty, or staff member, you would. So let's see if we can do this. I'm curious to see if we'll be able to go into the Performing Arts Center. Oh, well, it took us to the front of it. Now let's see if we can actually go in. Can we go in? No, it doesn't look like we can go in. So it just ported us over to get there easier if you were going to go to an event, etc. Oh yeah, look, here we go. So here's the main entryway, and they do use this quite a bit for large seminars and presentations. I've actually been in it on a tour through VR. It's really fascinating. You just pick your seat and navigate and collaborate with those around you in the metaverse. So, all right, so now we're going to get back and go over back to the main campus and then scooch out of here. All right, here we are again. Now I think that is a good, sort of example of this metaverse. Let's go ahead and get out of here. I'll go back to the Victory entry space. And again, the transition. Anytime you go through a portal or anytime you access new content, it's going to retrieve that content. All right. All right, so that's kind of what I wanted to show you. You can come in yourself and enter all the public spaces. Here's again an example, and if you wanted to, you could go just from here into the universities. But for the sake of this video that's running long, I'll sort of cut it off now, and I'm going to press my